There are good single player games, and then there are those games. The ones that made you sit back during the credits, stare at the screen, and think, yeah, nothing's topping that for a while. These are the games that ruin entire genres. Games so good they made everything else feel unfinished. Games that set expectations so high that even their own sequels struggled to live up to them. Today we're talking about single player games that were simply too good to be true. Before The Witcher 3, side quests were filler. Go here, kill that, collect reward, forget immediately. Then Witcher 3 showed up and said, what if side quests emotionally destroyed you instead? You'd accept a random contract expecting a quick monster fight, and suddenly you're knee deep in moral dilemmas, broken families, and choices with no good outcomes. Entire questlines felt like they had more effort than full games from other studios. Characters remembered your decisions, villages changed, endings differed dramatically. And the wild part, this wasn't even a live service game. No battle passes, no seasonal content, just a massive, complete RPG that launched finished. Witcher 3 didn't just raise the bar, it removed the bar entirely. Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't feel like a game. It felt like a living world that just happened to let you exist inside it. NPCs had daily routines, animals behaved realistically. You could spend 10 minutes watching two strangers argue, make up and go their separate ways, and get nothing for it. No XP, no loot, just immersion. Arthur Morgan became one of the most human protagonists ever written. A man shaped by his past, his regrets, and eventually his choices. The game didn't rush you, it didn't care if you were bored, and that's what made it powerful. RDR2 proved that patience, detail, and slow storytelling could still dominate in an industry obsessed with instant dopamine. There was a time when people didn't expect games to say anything meaningful. Then Bioshock dropped players into rapture and asked a terrifying question. Would you kindly? What followed was a masterclass in environmental storytelling. Audio logs told tragic stories, the city itself explained its downfall. And then came the twist, one of the most iconic moments in gaming history.
Obey!
Oh shit, it got stuck in his head. What?
Bioshock didn't just surprise players, it made them question free will, control, and the illusion of choice. After Bioshock, players started expecting narratives in games to be more than just excuses to shoot things. And honestly, a lot of studios still haven't caught up. Elden Ring did something unheard of in modern gaming. It didn't explain itself. No quest markers, no glowing paths, no hand-holding. It just dropped you into a world and said, good luck. And somehow that worked. Exploration felt meaningful again, discoveries felt earned, every victory felt personal. You weren't following a checklist, you were learning the world. Elden Ring reminded players that mystery is powerful, that confusion can be fun, and that games don't need to treat players like they're afraid to fail. After Elden Ring, open world games with endless map icons started to feel exhausting. The Last of Us wasn't about zombies, okay? It was about loss. Every moment was heavy. Every decision felt cruel but necessary. Joel wasn't a hero, Ellie wasn't a sidekick. They were survivors making terrible choices because the world gave them no better ones. And that ending, still debated to this day. The Last of Us proved that games could tell stories just as emotionally complex as films or TV shows. Sometimes even more so, because you were the one making it happen. After this game, cinematic storytelling became the industry buzzword. Few have truly matched it. Okay, Skyrim wasn't perfect, but it was endless. You could ignore the main quest for 200 hours and still feel like you were playing the game correctly. Mods turned into whatever you wanted, a survival sim, a hardcore RPG, a completely broken meme playground.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Skyrim didn't just sell copies, it became a platform. And over a decade later, people are still playing it. That kind of longevity is almost impossible to recreate. Here's the problem with games that are just too good. They ruin expectations. After Witcher 3, side quests felt shallow. After RDR2, open worlds felt fake. After Elden Ring, hand-holding felt insulting. These games didn't just succeed, they changed what players demanded. And most studios just don't have the time, money, or freedom to match that level of ambition. Which is why these experiences feel so rare. Single-player games that are just too good to be true leave scars. They make you chase that same feeling again, and sometimes never quite find it. But when one does come along, it reminds you why you fell in love with games in the first place. And honestly, that's what makes them worth it.